A bit of advice: if you want to make a YouTube channel, or anything for that matter, don't have a number in it, since people will then quickly snap up the other numbers the moment yours takes off the ground. I started with 3kliksphilip. The name came about when I was about 13 and would make games with a friend. We called ourselves the 3kliksphilip, even though there were only 2 of us. I continued to use 3kliksphilip for everything, while my friend went down the 3kliksphilip, aka TTK path. In fact, you can find his YouTube channel here. Very sensible if you ask me. Vsauce is a great channel, but what's almost as interesting is how many fakes there are. It doesn't stop at the official Vsauce 3. You'll find Vsauce 5, 10, 20, and even 1000. As of August this year, somebody snapped up the 5kliksphilip YouTube channel name. Fortunately, 4kliksphilip stands there as a mysterious and rather dark buffer. I also snapped up 2kliksphilip and kliksphilip before anybody else could as well. I hate it when people have more than one channel, since it's almost like, oh, look at me, I'm worth more than one channel. I'm going to make it more hassle for everybody if they want to follow my videos because I think I'm greater than I should be. Especially when they then neglect some of their channels. But for me, it was all about stopping others from nabbing my name for their own benefit. I'm not that nice. So there I was with 2 spare channels. I don't include 4kliksphilip because, well, where does it end? 5? 6? 10? I began using 2kliksphilip to upload videos that I had made with copyrighted stuff in it. Kliksphilip was solely for my own stuff, like music that I had made. I didn't care too much about either channel since they were mainly there as placeholders should I ever need them for the future. But what were the chances of that? I then left university and started working. I put all 3 channels behind me and didn't upload anything to YouTube for over a year. I won't go over why I started making things again, but after a year of inactivity I returned to 3kliksphilip and began making stuff for that channel again. Well, I say a year, but apparently I released a video of me juggling halfway through that time. I'm pretty sure it was a glitch with YouTube or a practical joke that I set on myself from scheduling several years prior. Juggling would be the last thing that I'd release on 3kliksphilip at that time. I carried on making stuff for 3kliksphilip for about a year, but it just wasn't working. Most of my subscribers were following me for tutorials, and I found it incredibly restricting. I was becoming a one-trick pony and desperately wanted to explore new fields. I almost got scared of releasing stuff onto 3kliksphilip because of the reactions it would get. Thanks to 2kliksphilip, I got my freedom back. I treated it as a new channel with a new audience, and it's the main reason why I've carefully analysed it every month. I don't want to make the same mistakes as with 3kliksphilip and wanted it to be a place where I could release whatever I wanted. Since then, the tables have turned again. Series such as How Will He Die and Going Low in CSGO now define the channel, and people are always waiting for the next of those videos to be released. 2kliksphilip has become a victim of its own success. 3kliksphilip on the other hand has gone the opposite way. I switched from hammer tutorials to CSGO guides and it really took off again. There have been a few people who haven't liked the shift, but for the most part it has given me a new, larger following that knows me for a more diverse range of tutorials and guides. While with 2kliksphilip I had to make many videos in a couple of series, with 3kliksphilip I now make a couple of videos in many different series. The key with both channels is obviously balance. You want to keep people happy with content that they're used to, but at the same time, it's a big mistake to stick solely with that approach. You've always got to be probing for new series, and more importantly, you've got to know when you've found one that people like. I have made several one-off videos that I've then turned into successful series. And now onto this video's main question. What's the difference between 2 and 3kliksphilip? I've explained the differences in the past, but right now they're more similar than they've ever been. In my mind, 3kliksphilip is more analytical and tutorial based, while 2kliksphilip is the more playful channel with more gaming content. But I could also argue that 3kliksphilip's case unboxing series might be better off on 2kliksphilip, or How Will He Die should be on 3kliksphilip, so I could also post a follow-up video explaining how I edited the levels in such a way. There you go, another potential series right there. But this begs the question, is there anybody who likes to watch one of my channels and not the other? Could you tell, just by watching a video, which channel it belongs to? Right now I'm finding it rather hard. To be honest with you, I'd rather just have one channel right now. I split my time 50-50 and almost feel as though I'm doing a half-hearted effort with both. I see other YouTubers growing faster than I am, and I feel it's partly to do with me having 2 separate channels. Between these 3 channels I have almost 100,000 subscribers, but I know that there's a big overlap, since one person could be subscribed to all 3 channels. So what am I going to do about it? Nothing. I can't forecast the future, and just because it's not benefiting me now, it doesn't mean that it won't in the future. Having the choice of where I can release my content has helped me in the past to show the world stuff that I otherwise wouldn't have, and I'm grateful to 2kliksphilip for that. It also hedges my bets should something terrible happen to one of my channels. I always fear it will. It also increases competition. By having 2 rival channels, it encourages me to be more creative. Recently I've seen 3kliksphilip pull ahead of 2kliksphilip again. I now feel it's 2kliksphilip's turn to step up his game. I'm sure that it also encourages me to make more content. If 3kliksphilip hasn't made a video for 4 days, it's not because I've been lazy. I've probably just made one for 2kliksphilip and perhaps a couple for this one. But in the back of my mind, it's as though 3kliksphilip is lazy and needs to release something else. I feel that having more than one channel benefits me, even though sometimes I don't feel it. One route I haven't taken yet is to put one of my channels on hold for a while. I wouldn't do this unless I had a good reason to. If one of my channels suddenly became 10 times bigger, or if I came up with a great idea that I thought could really lead somewhere, it could benefit me more as a whole to focus on that one in particular. But that being said, I don't want to be fickle or mess people around. I don't want my change of heart to give others more work. If you've learned nothing else from this video, just remember to choose a name without a number. And also, to have fun.